Good afternoon, dear children. We can do the problems for the lesson oscillations. Okay, all of you having the questions I have given. Okay, then take the questions. We can do one by one. Okay, the first question is, on an average, a human heart is found to be at 75 times in a minute. Found to be beat 75 times in a minute. Calculate its beat frequency and period. Okay, here the human heart is found to be beat 75 times in a minute. We have to calculate its beat frequency and period. Okay, and here you know the what is frequency actually, the number of beats per minute. Here the frequency is number of how many times our heart beats in a minute. That is actually beat frequency. Okay, the number of beats per minute, that is actually frequency. So the beat frequency nu equal to what, the number of beats. Okay, number of beats divided by time taken. Number of beats divided by time taken, that is actually the beat frequency. Here the number of beats is actually 75 and the time taken is actually 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute, actually that is equal to 60 seconds. So we can write 75 divided by 60. 75 divided by 60, actually it will give 1.25 hertz. That is the beat frequency. Okay, next we have to find the period. Okay, we have to find what period. You know the relation between frequency and time period. Time period is equal to 1 by frequency, that is 1 by nu, that is 1.25 hertz. 1 divided by 1.25 hertz, that is actually 0.8 second. That is the beat period, isn't it? Here on an average, a human heart is found to be beat 75 times in a minute. We have to calculate its beat frequency and a period. Okay, actually the beat frequency is number of beats by time taken. Number of beats divided by time taken, that is the beat frequency. Here the number of beats produced by the heart, that is actually 75. That divided by time taken is 1 minute. 1 minute contains 60 seconds. So 75 divided by 60, that is equal to 1.25 hertz. Next we have to calculate the time period, that is, you know, time period is the reciprocal of frequency, that is t is equal to 1 by nu, that is equal to 1 by 1.25, which is actually 0.8 seconds. Okay, 0.8 seconds, that is actually the time period. Okay, the next question is, a simple harmonic motion is represented by x equal to 10 sine 20t plus 0.5. Write down its amplitude, angular frequency, then time period and the initial phase if displacement is measured in meters and time is in seconds. Okay, here the simple harmonic motion. The simple harmonic motion is represented by x equal to 10 sine 20t plus 0.5. Okay, 20t plus 0.5, that is given. This equation actually represents a simple harmonic motion. We have to write amplitude, then angular frequency, then time period and initial phase. Okay, then actually this is the given equation that represents the simple harmonic motion. Then we can compare this with the standard form. Okay, you know the standard equation is x equal to a sine omega t plus phi 0. This is the standard equation that represents what, simple harmonic motion, x equal to a sine omega t plus phi. Then we can compare this equation. Okay, and we can calculate what, this amplitude. Okay, first we have to find the amplitude. Okay, here the amplitude is a. Then in the place of a, here is actually what, 10. So the amplitude a is equal to 10 meter. Okay, here the amplitude a equal to 10 meter. Next we have to find the angular frequency. Okay, actually angular frequency is omega. Angular frequency is actually omega. So in the given equation, the place of omega, we have a 20. So the angular frequency is what? 20 radian per second. That is the angular frequency. Angular frequency is 20 radian per second. Next, we have to calculate the frequency. Okay, next we have to calculate what? Frequency. Frequency F. Actually, frequency F equal to what? Frequency nu, or F, or we can write nu. Frequency nu is equal to omega by 2 pi. Omega divided by 2 pi. That is actually the frequency. Omega divided by 2 pi. Omega divided by 2 pi. Okay. Actually, omega is what? Angular frequency is represented by omega. Omega is what? 20. They are divided by 2 pi. That is actually 10 by pi. That is the what frequency? 10 by pi. That is actually is equal to 3.18 hertz. Okay, we can write itself 10 by pi, or we can simplify it as 3.18 hertz. That is the frequency, 3.18 hertz. Okay, next we have to calculate the time period. Okay, you know time period is the 1 by reciprocal of frequency. That is time period, reciprocal of frequency. Okay, actually here we can take this one. Okay, the frequency is 10 by pi, then the reciprocal of frequency is pi divided by 10. That is 3.14 divided by 10, that is 0.314 second. That is the time period, 0.314 second. Okay, the next we have to calculate the initial phase. We have to find what the initial phase. Okay, actually 50, that represents the initial phase. Here in the place of 50, actually it is 0.5. So the initial phase 50 equal to 0.5 radian. Okay, the initial phase 50 is actually 0.5 radian, isn't it? Here the equation that represents the simple harmonic motion is given as x equal to 10 sine 20t plus 0.5. Then we have to calculate the amplitude, then angular frequency, then time period, and the initial phase. Okay, then for calculating such things, we have to compare the given equation with the standard equation that represents simple harmonic motion. That is actually x equal to a sine omega t plus 50. X equal to a sine omega t plus 50, where a represents the amplitude. So in our equation, in the place of a, here we have a 10. So the amplitude is 10 meter. And here the omega, that represents the angular frequency. So in our equation, the place of omega, we have a 20. So the angular frequency omega equal to 20 radian per second. Next, we have to calculate the frequency nu, or F. We know the relation for frequency is omega by 2 pi. But omega here it is 20 divided by 2 pi, that is 10 by pi. By simplifying this, we will get 3.19 hertz. Okay, next the time period, you know the reciprocal of frequency is time period, that is t equal to 1 by nu, that is pi divided by 10. So 3.14 by 10, that is equal to 0.314 second. That is the time period. Next, we have to calculate the initial phase. Here 50 represents the initial phase. Then in the place of 50, here it is 0.5. So the initial phase is 0.5 radian. Okay, all of you got it? The next question is, a particle executing linear simple harmonic motion has a maximum velocity of 40 cm per second and a maximum acceleration of 20 cm per second square. Find its amplitude and the period of oscillation. We have to find the amplitude and the period of oscillation. Okay, here a particle executing simple harmonic motion has a maximum velocity, that is V max, the maximum velocity. You know the equation for maximum velocity, actually it is omega A. Okay, that is the maximum velocity, that is given as 40 centimeter per second. 40 centimeter per second, actually it is 0.40 meter per second. 0.40 meter per second. Okay, the next and the maximum acceleration, that is A max. Maximum acceleration A max is equal to what? Omega square A. That thing you know. The maximum acceleration, the equation that represents the maximum acceleration is omega square A, Actually, it is 50 centimeter per second square. 50 centimeter per second square. 50 centimeter per second square. This also we can write 0.50 meter per second square. Okay. Then we have to find what the amplitude, and also we have to find the period of oscillation. A we have to find, then also time period T we have to find. Okay, but all of you know the equation for time period T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Okay, but omega is not given. So first we have to calculate the value of omega. For that we are taking the ratio of what A max divided by V max. Then only we can calculate the value of omega. That is equal to omega square A divided by omega A, which is actually what we can take this one 50 divided by 40. Okay. Then A cancel, then omega square. On omega cancel, then omega is actually 5 by 4. Okay, omega is actually what 5 by 4 radian per second. That is the value of omega. Okay, then we have to calculate what next we have to calculate okay, we know the value of omega, then we can calculate A and T. Okay, using the equation V max equal to omega A. From that A is equal to what? The amplitude A is equal to V max divided by omega. V max divided by omega. V max is actually 40. That divided by 5 by 4. Okay. 40 divided by 5 by 4. That is actually 40 into 4 divided by 5. Okay. Actually it is 32 meter. 32 not in 32 meter. That is actually the amplitude. Okay, 32. Here we go. We take the value of velocity as 40 centimeter per second. Okay. Okay, we didn't take this value. We took this value only 40 centimeter per second. So actually it is 32 centimeter. Okay, the amplitude is actually 32 centimeter. Next we can calculate the time period T as what 2 pi by omega. The time period T is equal to 2 pi by omega. That is 2 into 3.14 divided by omega. The value of omega is 5 by 4. By simplifying this we will get the time period of 5.03 second. That is the value of time period. Okay. And here a particle executing linear simple harmonic motion has the maximum velocity V max is given as 40 centimeter per second, and the maximum acceleration is given as 50 centimeter per second square. Then we have to calculate the amplitude and the period of oscillation. Period of oscillation. Okay, we know maximum value of velocity is omega A, and the maximum value of acceleration is omega square A. Then we have to calculate A and time period T. Okay, for calculating A and time period, we should know the value of omega. So first we have to calculate the value of omega. For that we are taking the ratio A max and V max. So A max divided by V max equal to omega square A divided by omega A. From this A cancel and on omega cancel, and remaining is omega. That is 50 by 40, which is actually 5 by 4 radian per second. That is the value of omega. Then from equation 1 we know, from this equation V max equal to omega A. From this amplitude A is equal to what? V max by omega. So V max is 40 divided by omega is 5 by 4. By simplifying this we will get the amplitude as 32 centimeter. Next the time period T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Then 2 into 3.14 divided by omega is 5 by 4. By simplifying this we will get the value of time period as 5.03 second. Okay. Next, the fourth question is, a block whose mass is 1 kg is fastened to a spring. Then the spring has a spring constant of 50 Newton per meter. The block is pulled to a distance x equal to 10 centimeter from its equilibrium position at x equal to 0 on a frictionless surface from rest at t equal to 0. Here we have to find the kinetic potential and total energies of the block when it is 5 centimeter away from the mean position. Okay, here we have to find the kinetic energy, then potential energy, and then the total energy of the spring. away, 5 centimeter away from the mean position. 5 centimeter away from the mean position. Okay, here the block of whose mass of the block is m equal to 1 kg is fastened to a spring. Then the spring has a spring constant, that is k equal to 50 Newton per meter. That is the spring constant. Actually, the block is pulled to a distance of x equal to 10 centimeter from the equilibrium position. That is actually is the amplitude. A is equal to 10 centimeter. That is 0.10 meter. Okay. Then from its equilibrium position at x equal to 0, then we have to find the kinetic energy, potential energy, and total energy when it is 5 centimeter away from the mean position. So x, that is 5 centimeter away from the mean position, that is 5 centimeter is equal to 0.05 meter. First we can find the kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy Ek equal to half k into a square minus x square. That is the equation for kinetic energy. Half k a square minus x square. That is actually half into k is given as 50. Then a square is 0.10 square minus x square is 0.05 square. Okay, and by simplifying this, we will get the kinetic energy 0.1875 joule. Listen it, that is actually the kinetic energy. Then we have the potential energy is equal to, the equation for potential energy half k x square. Okay, then half into k is actually 50, then x square is 0.05 square. Okay, by simplifying this, we will get 0.0625 joule. Okay, next we can find the total energy. It is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy, that is 0.1875 plus 0.0625, that is actually equal to 0.25 joule. 0.25 joule, that is actually the total energy. Okay, 0.25 joule. Here the block whose mass of the block is given as 1 kg, which is fastened to a spring, joined to a spring. The spring has a spring constant 50, that is k equal to 50 Newton per meter, and the block is pulled to a distance of x equal to 10 centimeter. That is actually the amplitude, the maximum displacement. A is equal to 10 centimeter, which is equal to 0.10 meter. Okay, then the distance of the block when the mean position is, actually we have to calculate the kinetic energy, potential energy, and total energy of the block when it is at a distance of 5 centimeter from the mean position. So x is actually 5 centimeter, that is equal to 0.05 meter. Or if you know the equation for kinetic energy, K is equal to half k s square minus x square. That is half into k is actually 50, a square is 0.10 square minus x square is 0.05 square. By simplifying this, we get the energy as 0.1875 joule. Then the potential energy is half k x square. The potential energy is half k x square. Half into k is actually 50 into x square is 0.05 square. And by simplifying this, we will get 0.0625 joule. Then the total energy is sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Actually, it is 0.1875 plus 0.0625, which is equal to 0.25 joule. That is the total energy. Okay. The next question is, what is the length of simple pendulum whose ticks seconds? Okay, we have to find the length of simple pendulum whose ticks seconds. Okay, that is the fifth question. Here a simple pendulum which ticks a second. Actually, that single pendulum is called the seconds pendulum. Okay, actually seconds pendulum is a kind of simple pendulum actually whose time period is 2 seconds. That is actually called as seconds pendulum. Here a simple pendulum which ticks a second. A simple pendulum which ticks a second. That is actually called a seconds pendulum and whose period of oscillation is 2 seconds. So the time period is 2 equal to 2 seconds. Okay, we have to find the length of the pendulum. Okay, we have to calculate about the length of the pendulum. Okay, all of you know the equation for period of oscillation of simple pendulum is T is equal to 2 pi into root of L by G. We have to find L. For that we have to square on both sides, then 4 pi square into L by G. From this, what is L? Actually, L is equal to T squared G divided by 4 pi square. T square g divided by 4 pi square. Actually t is 2 square. That is 2 square into g is 9.8. They are divided by 4 into 3.14 square. Okay, and by simplifying this, we will get the value of length as 0.992 meter. This is the length of the simple pendulum which takes seconds. Okay, here we have to find the length of the simple pendulum which ticks as seconds. Actually, the simple pendulum that ticks a second is called a seconds pendulum. For a seconds pendulum, the period of oscillation is 2 seconds. Okay, for a seconds pendulum, the period of oscillation is 2 seconds. That is t equal to 2 seconds. And here we have to find the length of the pendulum. Okay, so first we have to write the period of oscillation of simple pendulum, that is t equal to 2 pi root of L by g. Then squaring on both sides, t square equal to 4 pi square L by g. From this L is equal to t square g divided by 4 pi square, and t square is 2 square, g is 9.8, then 4 pi square, 4 into 3.14 square, and by simplifying this, we will get the value of length of the pendulum as 0.992 meter. Okay, have you got it? Okay children, that is the end of today's class. Okay, also we have finished the lesson. Next class we can start the new lesson. Okay, thank you.